Donald Trump is not as big a racist as he might be. Who knows? So,
well, but the point is, though, is you can clearly see that his racism really has roots in something. It comes from who it's who he is. He's always been that way. The first time he was ever written about in the New York Times in 1973 was about black people accusing him of discriminatory practices at one of his buildings. Racism is a part of Donald Trump's DNA.
Okay.
High off of opium, other people's money, like a lot of dopes in Washington do. They're addicted to opium, where they take other people's money, and then their high is getting to redistribute it, right? And then they get to be really popular people when they get to give out your hard money. Well, he doesn't do that. His power, his passion, it's the fabric of America, and it's woven by work ethic and dreams and drive and faith in the Almighty. What a combination. Are you ready to share in that again, Iowa? Because that's what's going to let you make America great again. He's going to...
I didn't know the fabric of America was a KKK hood.
That's what it certainly is, Michael. It's all cotton.
Yeah.
To empower you to look out for one another again, instead of relying on a bankrupt government to supposedly be looking out for you.
No, you should rely on a billionaire who doesn't give a shit about you. Someone who's so transparent, Ray Charles could see through him. That's who you should put. That's who you should put your trust in.
An anti-government guy who never built a building without tax breaks from the government.
Without tax breaks from the government.
In Iowa, I believe, too, that you're ready to see that our vets are treated better than illegal immigrants are treated in this country.
That's one of my favorite gross things that Sarah Palin and the right wing do. They somehow pit the veterans against illegal immigrants or immigrants to our country, to emigrating poor Mexicans. Somehow they're to blame for our veterans not getting taken care of from our government because they sent them to get beat up, killed, and maimed, and they come home with broken from these wars that they sent them to. Illegal, unnecessary, but enriching the pocket.
Go
ahead.
We're so opposed to foreigners entering a country that they're not invited in, that we invaded Iraq.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's what so somehow so what that does is you get to whip up, or you get to be angry at immigrants at the behest of veterans. That there's no connection between those two at all. Yet they always pretend that there's some kind of connection. Oh, the veterans are getting treated worse than immigrants. I hate immigrants. That's what that is, right?
Like it's the same.
And we had soldiers who went to Iraq who were immigrants and were given citizenship for serving in the military.
And by the way, there's also Muslims in our armed services. Can you believe it?
There are.
Yeah, just like they're drawing from the same pool of money, and like there's only enough money to support one of those two groups. Either you choose veterans or it's the immigrants. And right now, the money's all going to the immigrants.
The immigrants are cleaning up.
They're cleaning up house, guys.
That's right. That's right.
And you're ready for the tax reform he talks about.
They are literally cleaning up house.
Yeah, they literally.
Open up Main Street again. And you're ready to stop the race baiting and the division based on color and zip code, to unify around the right issues. The issues
Frank,
important.
did you hear that?
And you're ready
Frank, I'm going to play it again. And after what you just said, I think this is perfect.
Tax reform he talks about, to open up Main Street again. And you're ready to stop the race baiting and the division based on color and zip code, to unify around the right issues, the issues important to me, or I wouldn't be endorsing him. Pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, strict constitutionality.
He's got the strict constitutionality, Mother Nature's recipe. She's the divisive racist policies of the Barack Obama administration. You know how the lefties are always stirring up racism.
Right. Because they stirred up racism by electing a black president.
Yeah, I mean, who could be more divisive? You got a sticker right in our face, a black guy, when there were two perfectly good white people running?
Yes.
I could keep going. I'm gonna.
That are unifying values, and there are time-tested truths involved. These are unifying values from big cities and tiny towns, from big mountain states and the Big Apple to the big, beautiful heartland that's in between.
What is she talking about?
Now, finally, friends, I want you...
Everything from the Big Apple to the big mountains to the big wheel. I got Trig when he was 3 years old. Trig, whatever.
To try to picture this. It's a nice thing to picture. Exactly 1 year from tomorrow, former President Barack Obama, he packs up the teleprompter.
He's leaving office. He has to leave office.
Yeah, you know why he's leaving office?
Why are they feeling like that's going to be something that they're going to be responsible for?
Yeah,
The Constitution says Barack Obama has to leave office next year. It has nothing to do with what you people are doing.
Barack Obama, who's leaving office next year, 8 years after he kicked my ass in an election.
Exactly.
And then he went ahead and kicked our ass again. This is after his second term. He's leaving. We win.
But you know what? She did have 2 terms as a governor.
Oh, that's right. She didn't even finish her first one. Here we go.
And the selfie sticks and the Greek columns and all that hopey-changey stuff, and he heads on back to Chicago, where I'm sure he can find some community there to organize again.
Wow, she's really dipping into the hacky material from 8 years ago.
Wow, they just like to hear it. It's like can you play us the greatest hits? And these are the greatest hits. Oh,
that's the shit that she said that led to Obama having a decisive victory, and she's bringing it back like it's some kind of it's her Larry Miller's 5 levels of drinking or something.
Yeah, she's bringing it like she's gonna drop the hammer on him with this.
Yeah.
Remember when I said this before, and then you won the election?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying it again.
And she also likes to diss the idea that he was trying to bring us hope.
Yes. That hopey changey thing.
Hopey changey.
So we had hopey changey, and then what do we have 8 years later except healthcare? Sure, we have healthcare. So what? So you can get healthcare now if you have a pre-existing condition. So what?
Sure, the markets have recovered. Sure, we have more people employed now than ever before. Whatever, you know.
So what? The unemployment rate's at 5%, 1% lower than Mitt Romney even promised. So what? So what if the economy came back stronger than before? Who cares? So what? Come on. This guy's
hopey changey attitudes go against my whole principle, which is to quit your job when you get sick of it.
Yes.
Just give up is her way of approaching life.
And they still call him a community organizer, even though he's been running the free world for 8 years.
Right.
I think
as if that was ever a disparaging thing.
Right. I bet the communities he organized in Chicago were about 10 times the size of Wasilla. I've been to Wasilla, not big.
Yeah, he's been
organizing. She can't even organize her closet. Am I right? Come on.
And that's true looking at what she's wearing.
Yeah,
he's been organizing the global community for the last 8 years.
Can finally look up. President Obama will be able to look up, and there, over his head, he'll be able to see that shining, towering Trump Tower.
What is she talking
yes,
about? I have no idea what I have no idea what that literally just meant.
So Trump is going to get elected, and then by the time Inauguration Day comes, he's going to build a Trump Tower in Washington.
A towering, shining, towering tower, Trump Tower. It was shining tower.
See, I got it. I thought she was saying when Obama leaves office, returns to Chicago, he'll have to look up.
Oh, and he'll see the Trump Tower over his head?
Yeah.
Oh, because there's that Trump building now in Chicago, sure.
Right.
He built that.
He built that. She just pointed. He built that, Frank. Go ahead.
At this point, I'm thinking she should touch her nose and walk a straight line. I mean,
yes, I'm with you.
It's just nonsensical.
Says a lot. Iowa, you say a lot. being here tonight, supporting the right man who will allow you to make America great again. God bless you. God bless the United States of America and our next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
That was unbelievable. It was very believable. It was very believable.
She's like, I'll take my check now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that he said that was unbelievable.
Uh,
Because it really does turn out it is unbelievable.
It is actually not credible, the things she was saying. That's what I think he meant. Boy, that wasn't really credible. The stuff you were saying about me being a regular person and a man of the people and the steel boots and toes and things. I don't do that. Hey, want to get together later and call people niggers?
And I love the hope and happiness and excitement in her voice less than 24 hours after her son was arrested on domestic abuse charges.
Yes. So we're going to talk about that next.